when you're a parent, then you become a parent all through. But it's part of your life, yes. But is it really you? Is it the best way to describe or to identify yourself as who you are? No, it's not.
Wave Beats Music.
It's another episode of Strategic Lenses. This is Susan Atieno, your host. I'm very excited to come into your space this week again to talk to you about a very important topic that is common, especially when you're going for job interviews. This topic is, it's not really a topic, it's a question. When you go for an interview and the interviewer asks you, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Sometimes, like initially when I used to be asked that question, I felt like, just hiding, like, please, earth, open, swallow me, and then bring me back after the question has already been answered by who, I don't know. And yet I'm supposed to tell about myself. So I hope this episode gives some sneak peek or guidance on how you can answer this question. And it's not only an interview question, guys, it's also a question that brings you to a place of self-knowledge. Because if you're able to describe yourself in a summarized way that describes everything about you, then that means you have harnessed the power of knowing yourself and what you need to tell about yourself. That is true, that is valid, that is cannot be disputed, and you're self-aware like that. So here we go. Tell us about yourself. When that question comes, what comes into your mind? For most people, and in so many circumstances, we introduce ourselves with our positions, with our roles, with our, for example, places of work. So someone would say, tell us about yourself, and the first thing they go is, hi guys, my name is, let's say you're called Beryl, I am a mother. Let me laugh, because we've been here, all of us. I am a mother of 2, I am a wife, I was married in 1999, this is my 10th year of marriage. I'm laughing because, okay, yeah, we learn every day. Or you'll say, I am a manager in let's say you work for the government, and you say, I work in the Ministry of Health as a nurse, really, is that everything about yourself? Are you just basing yourself on positions and roles before you worked in the Ministry of Health, for example, or before you were a mother or a father or a wife or a husband? Who are you before that? Who are you? Who is the little girl? Who is the little boy? Who is the little, who is the little self in you before you got all those roles in life? And then another thing you need to think about, that's why that's not the right way of introducing yourself. After these roles are gone, let's say you're occupying a big space in your office, like a director or a manager. I mean, tables turn. If tomorrow you're not a manager, then who are you? If tomorrow you're not a director, then who are you? If you do not have that position, of course, when when you're a parent, then you become a parent all through. But it's part of your life, yes. But is it really you? Is it the best way to describe or to identify yourself as who you are? No, it's not. So today I want to give a few tips that can assist in this topic, so that the next time you go for that interview, the next time you sit and think about your life, you're like, who am I? Who am I really? Okay, so I'll give a few tips. Now, number 1, know your natural tendencies. That's number 1. Sit down and think about the things that you're good at. Like, this one no one has put on you, and we all have those things that we are good at. Think about, are you a good organizer? Are you, like, when you get into a space and you just see things no one is taking charge, do you take charge? You're a leader, or someone who makes things happen. Are you loud? do you talk a lot? You know, like, are you humorous? Are you systematic? Are you organized? You know, your natural tendencies. And think about them as the God-given gifts. Really, if you're finding it difficult to find them, what is it that you do so naturally that you don't have to struggle? Okay. This is another tip. If you're not able to know your natural tendencies, ask people around you what they think about you. So like the other day when I training and you know, we were told to ask each other, what do you think about me, for example, or the other person. So everyone was telling another person what they think about them. So someone told, you know, you tell another person, I think you're warm. You know, every time I see you, I see you know, there's always a smile on your face and I feel welcomed. You know, that is something that is natural, it's a natural tendency. Someone will say you are a leader by nature, like you just take charge into spaces. Someone will say you're a good organizer, you know, you put things in order, you arrange things and people in order. When things don't look so orderly, you know, you put things together. So what are your natural tendencies? Identify those. Remember, think about it as God-given talent. Number 2, what other people think about you. Just go around and identify 3 or 4 friends in your circle, people who are your people, and then ask them, what do you think about me? Tell me things that I do good, like I'm good at, if you're struggling with that question. That is the first thing. Know your natural tendencies. Write that down. Number 2, this is important. It's called the personality test. I have done an episode on a personality test. Please go check it out if you haven't. On my YouTube, on my Spotify, you know, anywhere. Check out Personality and Purpose. But what I'd like to say about personality test is, remember we said there are 4 types of personalities: sanguines, cholerics, phlegmatics, and melancholic. I know you can take a more advanced personality test to tell you exactly who you are, but have an idea of who you are. Like me, I know I dabble between choleric and phlegmatic. So I am more of a choleric and my minor is a phlegmatic. But when I took a personality test, I got a better description. I discovered that I am an aggressive choleric, and it was because of that test that I knew. There's another one that is advanced that would describe you as an advocate, as, you know, there's so many other terms on different personality tests. But I've chosen to use the aggressive choleric because I cannot say I'm a sanguine. I am very introverted, but as much as I'm introverted, I do not mind talking, like speaking out my mind when needed, when required of me. So I will be aggressive in that way. But again, choleric personalities are those people who are organized, systematic. They do things in an organized way. You know, they're leaders. So know your personality so well so that it forms part of your description of yourself. Otherwise, then if you don't know, how are you going to describe yourself? You're going to be like, I like doing this, I like doing that. Yet, you sound more learned when you know what your personality is. Okay, so try those to know your natural tendencies and get your personality type. So after knowing your natural tendencies, the things you gravitate towards, the things the things that God gave you, know your personality type. Now you're starting to build how to answer this question. Remember that if you're not able to know those, just ask someone who's close to you. They will tell you some of these answers. Now, number 3 is know your interests and passions. Things that you love doing. Like, you have to be very authentic with this exercise. Things that really bring you joy and happiness. And again, I go back to my happiness episode. And I'm glad we did those episodes because they sort of form a groundwork to the next level of yourself, of your season. Let me use that word. So think about things that interest you, things that you love doing. I love nature. I love working out. I love socializing. I love reading. I love theater. I love things that bring you so much joy, so much happiness. They make your face light up. Like, just think about something that makes your face light up. When you get it, that's it. That's your joy, that's your interest. And some of them we don't know. Some of them our friends help us discover. So also ask. What do you think I love doing? Do you think it's something that I would enjoy? Maybe it's something that you've not had an opportunity to explore when you were young. Maybe you're a good swimmer, you're a skater, you are an athlete. I mean, maybe you love running. Whatever it is, just try to know that which makes you happy. And then the last point is let's now get to the roles and positions, because they actually make part of our lives. But notice where I bring them. I bring them at the tail end, after you have brought everything that makes you who you are, before these other things are added onto you, like roles and positions. Then now you can go ahead and say, I'm also passionate about, let's say if I am a communication strategist and I'm a marketer, I'll say I'm also a communication strategist. I am a marketer. I have worked with the following brands. You mentioned the brands. I have worked with various companies. You mentioned the companies or agencies or media house, for example. And then you go and say, I am also a mother. I am also a wife. I am a mother to 2 children. Who, now those come at the tail end, because those were things that, as much as they are part of your life, guys, they have been added to you after Susan came to being, or after whoever you are came to being. Okay, so in summary, let me just read this summary of how you can answer this question, and I would like you to try. After discovering the 4 points, just as a debrief: know your natural tendencies, God-given, things you gravitate towards. If you don't know, ask a friend. Number 2, know your personality type. Are you a sanguine? Are you a choleric? Are you a phlegmatic? Are you a melancholic? Which one are you a major of, and which one are you a minor of? Know your interests, things that you love doing, things that make your face light up. You are not faking these exercises, they are things that you love doing. And finally, the roles and the responsibilities that you currently have that also make you, but they are not permanent. That's why they come to the end. So for example, I would say in a summary of profile, if I ask, tell us about yourself. And guys, it's something that comes with time. Something that comes with time. You need to put work to discover who you are, or how to answer this question. Tell us about yourself. So it gets better with time, because our interests, our passions, our natural tendencies, our talents, they change really. Things and circumstances change us, and we discover things about ourselves with time. For example, my name is X. I am majorly a choleric, but I could also pass as a phlegmatic in specific crowds. I pride myself to be a continuous learner, flexible and adaptive to various situations. I am passionate about sitcoms and intimate conversations in spaces that add value to life. I'm also a communication specialist with 5 years of building multinational brands. I currently work at Company Y as a communication officer. I am married and I am a mother of 2 beautiful girls. Doesn't that sound good? It sounds really, really good. In fact, if you go out there and answer that question on tell us about yourself like that, you will look so learned, you will look so achieved, you will look like you have mastered, you are self-aware, you are all those things combined in one. But it takes work. So take those 4 steps, put them down on paper and pen, write them. That's your practical topic for these strategic lenses, and let me know. Share with me down in the comments. I like to see how you're describing yourself this year, and let's stop describing ourselves with roles and positions that are not permanent. Yes, they are part of our lives, but they're not permanent. Find the core, find the purpose, find the it that describes you, things that will rarely change. Yeah, and that's it. It's our episode for today. Stay safe. Until next time. Bye.